Didn't see in this, Mark. If you're looking for Dory, you can find her in theaters now. Finding Dory, the long-awaited sequel to Finding Nemo, swam into theaters last night.
PIXAR Studios expects a big weekend at the box office.
And ABC 10's Mark S. Allen went out to PIXAR for a little inside scoop, some behind-the-scenes action. He joins us from the Emeryville studios. Mark, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, you guys. Yeah, check it out. Emeryville is the home of PIXAR Animation Studios. 16 Academy Awards, $9.6 billion. That's how quickly that studio's making money. And today we're going to go inside. We're going to talk to some of the stars of the film. Are you guys huge Dory fans? What, in fact, are your favorite PIXAR movies, you guys?
Oh, man. That's
Toy Story.
Do you think Toy Story?
Mm-hmm. Buzz Lightyear.
There we go. I would say WALL-E, Cars, Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
I know the funny thing about it, it's like seeing forests, the trees in the forest. You name a PIXAR movie, everybody's got not one, but they usually have a half dozen favorite PIXAR movies. And this is no exception. Dory is going to make a ton of money for this studio and probably their 17th Academy Award for Best Animated Film. Two of the stars of the movie, the whales, in fact. Caitlin Olsen, you know her from Everything's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and then also Ty Burrell, best known as the dad on Modern Family. The whole reason they took the gig is because of PIXAR. Take a look.
I got a call saying PIXAR was going to call to talk about this. That, you know, somebody from PIXAR was going to call to talk about this, and I answered the phone. I'll take the job. Who is it?
Have you been to the PIXAR campus?
Yes. They have a lap pool for the employees for their lunch breaks.
Yeah.
They have a cereal bar for their employees.
I know. They have everything.
Well, I mean, who doesn't have a cereal bar?
You guys don't have a cereal bar?
I don't know. That's a good quick. I don't know. Photographer Mark Willis, do we have a cereal bar at ABC 10? I don't know. You guys, do we have a cereal?
I
don't
wish.
know. These are questions I'll get the answers to in a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to go inside, but we have a special mission today. I thought, what if only we could find some hopeful animation student and take them inside so they can get a taste of what it's like to work at PIXAR. I said, if only. That's her cue. Annabelle, say hi to everybody.
Hi, I'm Annabelle Mendelius.
Annabelle wants to be an animator when she grows up, and you know, a couple of the big executives in there, Austin Madison, Bobby Podesta, those are guys that grew up in the Sacramento area. They're going to teach you a thing or two about animating.
Wow, that's really cool.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Are you nervous?
Yep.
She's not nervous. I'm the only one that's nervous at this gig right now. All right, let's go inside. You guys check back in with us. Ellen DeGeneres on the way. Ed O'Neill from Modern Family on the way. Don't move.
Oh, we love it, Mark. Thank you so much for bringing us behind the scenes. It's so neat to know that this is just over the road, not too far from our hometown. And again, some of those creators from Sacramento. It's awesome.
And what a perfect name. Annabelle wants to be an animator, and she even sounds like a Disney character.
It does. Yeah, and absolutely. What's your favorite PIXAR film?
Oh gosh, I love WALL-E. It's so creative.
Yes.
And you know, not only do we have a cereal bar here at ABC 10.
That lap pool.
Look, we get here so early, just open up the fridge. It's all yours. There's names on there.
Yeah,
I can't recognize a lot of the names. Whatever you want, it's there because
some of that
no
fruit
one's
stuff.
here.
I've seen some stuff growing on some of that food.
My mom, my dad, I have a family. We will never forget you, Dory.
Everyone's excited about this. Finding Dory now in theaters. It swam into the big screen last night, and people are saying it's touching, sweet, and of course, funny.
Well, that's one I might even check out.
Yeah.
But for more on this, ABC 10's Mark S. Allen is taking us behind the scenes of that film. He's live at PIXAR Animation Studios in Emeryville this morning. Good morning, Mark.
Yeah, guys, it's touching, it's funny, and a number of other things that are very PIXAR-rific. If you're just tuning in, this is Annabelle. Annabelle, if you would, reintroduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, I'm Annabelle Mendelius.
And she wants to be an animator when she grows up. She's got her official PIXAR entry badge, so we're going to be taking you into the Steve Jobs building in just a moment. I guess I should ask you, what's your favorite PIXAR movie?
My favorite PIXAR movie would probably be The Incredibles or Inside Out.
Oh, nice call. Oh, Inside Out, by the way, Academy Award number 16, Inside Out. We're going to take her inside and show her that, and she's going to meet some of the animators, some of which are from the Sacramento area. Hey, can I ask you guys a question? I don't know what protocol is for ABC 10, but I wanted to ask you because the security guard just threw me some shade. Do I look okay? Am I dressed appropriate for ABC 10 news coverage?
Yeah, I think you look great, Mark, and I love the blue.
Okay.
You're really catering to the logo, I think.
Especially since there's no protocol.
Thank you. It's Dory Blue, but this guy, he instantly thought I was handing out religious literature, and it made me question everything. Anyway, so who do we have in Dory? Who are some of the big stars?
Like the people or the...
Yeah, the people.
Okay, so there's Ellen DeGeneres, which is one of my favorite people.
That's where I just needed a segue to get into this thing. Yeah, I sat down with the cast, including Ed O'Neill and the aforementioned Ellen DeGeneres, and took your viewer questions in. Take a look.
No, I feel like you. I think it wouldn't make sense if you just take one piece. It is. I mean, obviously, there's that moment that's very touching. You know, that everybody.
The thing in the deal.
The thing with the things that that you can't talk about.
A PIXAR publicist comes in. No.
Don't
ready to hit? Yeah, no.
I'm supposed to hit him if he starts, but that's there's so many moments. But do you have a favorite moment that?
No, I feel the same way as you. In the whole, I like to appreciate it in the whole entirety of the movie.
Will you take a question from a viewer?
Yes.
Here we go.
Hi, Ellen. My name is Lila Carter, and I'm from Roseville. I cannot wait to see Finding Dory. What was my question?
Take your time.
Oh, yeah. I forget a lot of things like Dory. Do you have any suggestions how to remember things?
Well, first of all, what's her name? She's adorable.
That is Lila from
Lila.
Roseville, California.
Lila, you're adorable. Listen, I forget things too. I'm like Dory. I forget all kinds of things. And you can write things down if it's really important. You can write things down. That's one way to remember. You can write things on your hand, and you pretend like you're just like, oh, and then like that, and you know what's going to happen.
You do that on your show?
No.
Okay.
No. But you can have a cue card person, follow you around. If she could hire a cue card person.
She could have an assistant?
Yeah. She should hire an assistant who tells you things.
Sure.
There's plenty of things.
All right, Ed, I don't want to leave you out, so not as adorable. No offense, sir, but...
Hi, Ed. If I had 7 tentacles, I'd probably make food a hell of a lot quicker. If you had 7 tentacles, what would you use them for?
Oh, jeez.
You don't want to know.
I would need 7 other things.
You're disgusting. You're disgusting.
You don't want to elaborate?
To make it worthwhile.
I categorically deny having any knowledge of what they're talking about there, but man, we did have some fun talking about it. More of the Ellen DeGeneres Ed interview and the rest of the cast coming up. We're in front of the Steve Jobs building. Steve Jobs had a tremendous amount to do with the creation of PIXAR. How?
Well, Steve Jobs bought the PIXAR from Lucasfilm.
How do you know this stuff, by the way?
Because I did a project all about PIXAR and animation.
Oh, you did? So we picked the right person to bring to the place?
Yes.
You've never been in there?
Nope.
Want to go inside?
Yes.
All right. What other big-time person in Hollywood had something to do with PIXAR?
Well, Lucas did.
George Lucas?
George Lucas.
Yeah, okay. We'll find out what he had to do with it in a little bit. In the meantime, you are inside PIXAR. The art is amazing.
So cool.
We'll take you deeper than you've ever been before as ABC 10 continues. Back to you guys.
Oh my gosh, Mark, thank you for bringing us the inside look. By the way, the octopus has 7 tentacles, so it's a septopolus something. By the way, in case you were wondering.
Annabelle, she's going to come out with a job from PIXAR, I can tell.
Yes, she is. Mark, thank you. We'll check back in with you in just a bit.
My mom, my dad, I have a family. We will never forget you, Dory.
There it is. Who's excited for this one? Finding Dory, now in theaters, and people are saying it is touching, it is sweet, a lot of good moments, but most of all, it's funny.
ABC 10's Mark S. Allen taking us behind the scenes of that film at PIXAR with a local animator and an aspiring one. Good morning, Mark.
Yeah, guys, and I have to warn you, like all PIXAR movies, you know you're going to tear jerk just a little bit.
Yeah.
They lead you down this path. You think you're going to see a happy-go-lucky animated movie, and then somebody, well, I don't want to plot spoil. And by the way, I'm not plot spoiling, but I should warn you regarding the Ed O'Neill interview we just had. He is a septopolus.
That's what it is.
He's missing an arm, so he can't truly be an octopus. That's what's going on there.
say.
So we selected Annabelle. She's a hopeful animator. That's what she wants to do when she grows up. And she actually wrote a letter to Austin Madison. She reached out to him online, I think via Instagram first, and was able to connect with him. Austin Madison graduated from Sheldon High School. Now he's a big-time PIXAR animator. And he helped you with your project?
Yes, he did.
What'd you ask him?
I interviewed him over an email, and I asked him about his animating career, like how many movies has he animated, and is it tough to animate something?
How many has he done? Did he give you any advice?
Yes, he did. He said it is really tough to animate. It takes a lot of work and a lot of time to create a piece of animation.
Yeah, the movie that we'll be talking about 10 years from now, Pixar is probably working on right now. They're animating that movie right now. But speaking of Austin, he had a little something to do with Inside Out, and there's their Academy Award. I told people, I said, Inside Out's going to be their next Academy Award winner, and there it is. Check it out down here, I believe, right here. That's the Academy Award they won for Finding Nemo. Were you even alive when Finding Nemo came out?
I don't think I was. I think it came out in maybe 2002.
Were you alive when Monsters, Inc. came out?
No.
No?
I think that was 2004.
Wow, that is so wild to believe. Do you want to just follow the path of least resistance? Follow your curiosity. Find something you want to see. We'll go check it out. The animators, some of them are actually animating. They've been up all night creating the product, and then some of them are coming in to talk to her in just a few minutes. What are you going to ask them today?
Probably the same questions that I asked to Austin, see if they have any different answers.
You guys want to know something wild? Just for the animators to look at as they're hanging out in the Pixar Cafe, they create works of art. I don't know if you can see. We'll go ahead and walk to it. That's a 40-foot tall mural that they created just for the animators to look at as they arrive to work every day. Kind of cool, huh?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Awesome. Hey, you know, we talked about that cereal bar earlier?
Yes.
Ed O'Neill said, doesn't everybody have a cereal bar? At Pixar Animation Studios, if they come in and they're thinking, well, guys, I don't have it in me. I can't create the product unless I get my Fruity Pebbles on. Look, every single cereal,
bar,
ever invented in the history of mankind.
Oh my goodness.
Right in there.
Well,
so I'm going to let photographer Mark Willis get his Cocoa Puffs on. And while that's taking place, I'm going to throw it back to you guys. When we come back next hour, more of my interview with Ellen DeGeneres and the rest of the cast. Yeah, go ahead. Help yourself.
Ooh, what's in there? Ooh, some milk for you. And Mark, you can't see us, but actually our executive producer, Steve, did bring you a ABC 10 mornings breakfast bar. He said we have no cereal, but it's the closest thing you could get, and he made it just for you. So we'll save it for you.
You know, I'd be grateful for the wrapper. I'll take anything at this point. Thank you very much. All right.
We have
animators on the way. One local student actually involved in Finding Dory. She's going to meet him. Coming up next hour. Back to you guys.
So cool.
And if you eat too much cereal, they also have a lap pool, we were told earlier there,
Yes.
so you can work that all out.
Exactly.
My mom, my dad, I have a family. We will never forget you, Dory.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you love this. So many people excited about this one. Finding Dory now hitting theaters. It swam into the big screen last night and people are saying it is touching, they say it's sweet, they say it's funny, and they say it is excellent. Yes, a lot of moments and a lot of messages, but also some fun as well. ABC 10's Mark S. Allen is taking us behind the scenes of the film. He is live in Emeryville at PIXAR.
That's so funny. Because I was just telling Annabelle the same thing about you guys. You're touching, sweet, and funny.
Oh.
That's where it all began. That's Luxo Jr. That's the other Pixar campus. We're roughly a football field's length away in a totally different area. You guys want to know something kind of cool?
Yes.
The building we're in right now at Pixar Animation Studios in Emeryville, this is where they're developing movies, not for next year, not the year after that. On the top floor right now, they're developing a movie. The title hasn't been announced, but it's for a release date of 2021. That's what we're talking about.
Cool.
Annabelle's a 6th grader. We're sponsoring here today at Pixar. Have you learned anything?
Yes, I've learned a lot about animation and a lot about art and just the career and business itself.
Yeah, smart, wicked smart this one. Knew more about any of this stuff than any of us coming in. Quick, what's that unicorn from?
Inside Out.
All right, very good. With that said, I had a chance to sit down with the stars of this film. Ellen and Ed answered your tough viewer questions. Take a look.
Please. All I know is that I miss them. No, I feel like you. I think it wouldn't make sense if you just take one piece. It is. I mean, obviously, there's that moment that's very touching. You know, that everybody.
The thing in the deal.
The thing
Yes.
with the
Right.
things that that you can't talk about.
A Pixar publicist comes in. No.
Ready to hit?
Yeah.
No.
I'm supposed to hit him if he starts, but that's there's so many moments. But do you have a favorite moment that?
No,
just
I
shut
feel
up.
the same way as you. I like to appreciate it in the whole entirety of the movie.
Will you take a question from a viewer?
Yes.
Here we go.
Hi, Ellen. My name is Lila Carter, and I'm from Roseville. I cannot wait to see Finding Dory. What was my question?
Take your time.
Oh, yeah. I forget a lot of things like Dory. Do you have any suggestions how to remember things?
Well, first of all, what's her name? She's adorable.
That is Lila from
Lila.
Roseville, California.
Lila, you're adorable. Listen, I forget things too. I'm like Dory. I forget all kinds of things. And you can write things down if it's really important. You can write things down. That's one way to remember. You can write things on your hand, and you pretend like you're just like, oh, and then like that, and you know what's going to happen.
Do you do that on your show?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just checking.
But you can have a cue card person, follow you around. If she could hire a cue card
She
person.
could have an assistant.
Yeah, you should hire an assistant who tells you things.
Sure.
There's plenty of things.
All right, Ed, I don't want to leave you out, so not as adorable. No offense, sir, but...
Hi Ed, if I had 7 tentacles, I'd probably make food a hell of a lot quicker. If you had 7 tentacles, what would you use them for?
Oh, jeez.
You don't want to know.
I would need 7 other things.
You're disgusting. You're disgusting.
You don't want to elaborate?
To make it worthwhile.
I'm just so glad that no one at Pixar Animation Studios can hear what Ed was talking about there. You couldn't hear any of that, could you?
No.
You heard none of that, right?
Heard nothing.
Oh, hey, you guys, so over here, I want to show you something that's very cool. Everything down to the last detail at Pixar, just a little bit cooler than everywhere else on the planet, including the employee's barista. If you would, miss, introduce yourself.
That's correct. My name is Andrea Aleman. I'm part of the front of house of the cafe here at Pixar, and we just like to celebrate just as much as the rest of the studio does. So when it comes to details, that's what we do.
So you're Ellen, and you say, hey, I'd like a mocha, I'd like a cappuccino. You order it, and then you're about to do what?
I'm going to make a Dory cappuccino today. So
What if we want Ed's character, the Septipus?
we can do the septipus.
Which would you like?
Dory.
All right, let's go, Dory. All right.
Dory seems to be pretty popular this time around. All right, so here we have...
First, it's like a magic trick. First of all, look, there's nothing going on there. Nothing at all. Now?
We're going to find Dory.
All right. Kids, don't try this at home. Is this dangerous?
Hopefully not.
I'm just trying to add some drama. Here we go. You need a coffee? You must be spent. You've been talking to people all day long.
I don't like coffee.
Look at that. That is awesome.
We found Dory in a cappuccino.
And what's cool, this is only available to VIP. So if you're a big name, if you're Tom Hanks and you're blowing through Pixar, this is available to you. Would your mom like a cappuccino?
I don't know, Mom, would you?
Yeah, can I borrow you for a second? I want you to meet Shannon. This is the mom who had no idea she was going to be on TV. So when we
Hi,
reached out to you and
Shannon.
said, your daughter wants to be an animator, we want to take her to Pixar. Shannon, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
All right, how blessed are you to have this amazing kid?
Incredibly blessed. We're very, very happy and proud of her.
All right, so 10 years from now, make some predictions. Where are we going to see her?
Oh my gosh, she has actually quite a few varied talents, so I can't quite put my finger on exactly where it might be yet, but I definitely think creativity and drawing in some sort of art form will be a part of what she does.
Sweet. Can you tell me once again how Pixar came to be? How did it start?
Well, it began as a graphics division for Lucasfilm.
And she'll be talking for another 30 minutes, so we're just going to wrap this up right now. One of the brightest kids
You're gonna steal
on
your
the planet.
job, Mark.
Finding Dory, now playing at theaters everywhere. Mom, you earned this.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Good. By the way, love your little blue hoodie, the color of Dory. So cute.
I know, and that little
thank you.
coffee. That's so. I
Thank you.
love seeing how that
It's
was
part
made.
Finding Dory, part Book of Mormon.
That is true, but it looks good. So either this or Broadway, really, one of the two for you, Mark. Love it. Thank you for taking us behind the scenes at Pixar. That was a lot of fun. All right, coming up on ABC 10 Mornings at 9.
Well, the Pixar Walt Disney film Finding Dory is now in theaters. ABC 10's Mark S. Allen has a behind-the-scenes look at the movie.
Okay, so like a little faint line of...
Oh, you guys have caught us at a great time. We're at PIXAR Animation Studios here in Emeryville, probably about to turn the $10 billion mark in their new movie, Finding Dory. Bobby Podesta, a guy who had a little something to do with Finding Nemo and pretty much every significant film since then, hanging out with our student, Annabelle. Do you mind if I talk to you while you're drawing?
Oh, hey, Mark, nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Bobby. How are you?
I'm doing great.
All right. Oh, I interrupted. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's all right. We're just we're doing a little drawing of Dory.
And Annabelle, what has he taught you so far?
He's taught me to sketch, so if you mess up, it's just kind of a loose drawing.
Sweet. And how important is actual drawing when we talk about computer animation and what you're doing here at PIXAR?
Oh, drawing's huge. I mean, there's artwork all around us, and even though the final film is rendered and animated on the computer, it really all starts with drawings. It starts with drawings in their art department. It starts with storyboards. You know, the little storyboards to figure out, of course, she knows. You know a lot about animation, right?
Yeah, I did a whole project about animation.
There you go. And do you know how much drawing's involved, right?
Yeah.
Tons of drawings. Yeah, it's pretty good. So tons of drawings. So right now we're working on drawing Dory.
All right, I'm going to let them work on this. While they do this, I took your viewer questions into Ed O'Neill and Ellen DeGeneres.
Hi, Ellen. My name is Lila Carter, and I'm from Roseville. I cannot wait to see you Finding Dory. What was my question?
Take your time.
Oh, yeah. I forget a lot of things like Dory. Do you have any suggestions how to remember things?
Well, first of all, what's her name? She's adorable.
That is Lila from
Lila.
Roseville, California.
Lila, you're adorable. Listen, I forget things too. I'm like Dory. I forget all kinds of things. And you can write things down if it's really important. You can write things down. That's one way to remember. You can write things on your hand, and you pretend like you're just like, oh, and then like that, and you know what's going to happen.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, PIXAR Animation Studios, you're almost done?
We're almost done. She's doing a fantastic job. Have you drawn Dory before?
No, I haven't.
You've never drawn Dory before?
Never drawn Dory.
This is way better than I could do.
Does she have the mad skills?
She's got the mad skills. That is for certain.
So take us back in time. Little Bobby Podesta, when you were her age, what school were you going to?
When I was your age, I was going to St. Charles Elementary School. It's in Parkway. In kind of the south side of Sacramento. So I went to school there.
And who was your biggest influence?
Who was my biggest influence? I mean, my biggest influence, well, in terms of art, I loved Peanuts and Charles Schulz. I loved that stuff.
Another Northern California.
Yeah.
Transplant.
Santa Rosa. That's where he made his life. It was great.
She's actually beating you now, by the way. She's going to finish Dory before you do.
She's going to finish Dory. She's found Dory. Clearly on a pad of paper in front of us.
When we watch Finding Dory, what will we look for when we go, oh, Bobby did that?
It's like many animators, you'll see something and you say, Bobby did that, and you go, what? And you go, oh, it's already passed.
Oh, wow.
So animation takes a long time, right? You know this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's a really long time.
It takes a really long time. But it takes a lot of animators to make the film and make it feel like hopefully one person animated it, but even better, like no one animated it at all. That you just watch the characters and believe them, right?
So how much research does it take to really make the story come to life and to make all the characters seem real?
Oh my gosh, so much research, right? Because you want it to feel like a fish that's really swimming, and you want to feel like you believe that they're in their environment and they're in the ocean, but it needs to be a character. You want to be able to believe that it's Dory and she's got, a family and it's someone you can relate to. So it's not just the research of what they have to be like or move like a fish, but also, who they are as kind of a person.
You guys, there's so much educating taking place. We're just in the way at this point, so I'm going to throw it back to you guys. Bobby, thanks for being with us.
It's a pleasure.
Annabelle, thanks for hanging out.
Thank you
so much. Finding Dory, now playing in theaters everywhere. Back to you guys.
Should we finish up?
I don't know about you, but Annabelle can draw better than I can.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
That's good, and she's learning. She's in the learning phase right now, and hopefully we'll see some of her work way down the road, and we could say, I remember her way back when.
Yes, and we are definitely very excited for Finding Dory.
Yeah, it's going to be a great movie. Okay.
3, 2, 1. From PIXAR Animation Studios in Emeryville, Finding Dory, now playing in theaters everywhere. Check it out. Someone who had something to do with it, teaching our young Padawan. We'll get to know him at PIXAR as we continue. One more of those? Finding Dory now playing in theaters everywhere, and we are at PIXAR Animation Studios with someone who had a lot to do with it. We'll get to know him and the young Padawan learning all there is to know about animation in 3 minutes or less as ABC 10 News continues. Can you do that? Can you teach her everything she needs to know? Yeah, what do you want to know?
I know that everything, being a live action film
Ready?
director is very different.
Yeah, you guys can just be talking in the background. Yeah, I might jump in and interrupt.
Okay, so I was wondering what's the difference between the two?
This is awesome, you guys. We brought a Northern California student over here to PIXAR Animation Studios. This is Angus. He and I go way back. I met him when he first worked on Wall-E. He is responsible for some of the most successful PIXAR animation films. And by the way, the worst PIXAR movie, still a pretty good movie. They're about to cross the $10 billion mark with Finding Dory. So this is Annabelle. This is Angus McLean. Do you mind if I interrupt?
Oh, certainly, certainly. Hello.
All right, so your question was?
So what's the difference between being a live action film director and an animated film director?
And assistant director.
Well, a co-director, but the whole point of being a director in both cases of live action animation is to make sure everything is serving the story and telling the story that you want to tell. There's not that much difference other than the fact that in a animated film, certainly a computer animated film, everything has to be created for the film. You can't go out and buy any of the props. Certainly when you hire the actors, nobody is doubting that those actors aren't actually standing in front of the camera when you watch the film, yet we both have to bring life to the characters and create them both physically in the computer and also have them act in a believable way.
Okay, so yes, but what do you have to what do you do as a director? Like, what do you have to do to the movie?
What do we do as the director of the film? Well, we have a series of meetings every day, and each of those meetings is with a different department handling a different aspect of the film. And what we like to do as directors, what we have to do is make sure that the movie that I'm making sure that the movie Andrew Stanton, the director, wants to make is being communicated to each of those departments. So whenever we meet with, say, the art department and make sure that the art is lining up to what we want for the film, when we meet with the animation department, we make sure the animation is telling the story we want to tell, and with the acting we want to tell that's appropriate for the scene and for the characters and for the whole movie. So really it's just guiding the crew.
So as a co-director, you're meeting all day long? You're not scuba diving with Ellen DeGeneres and Ed O'Neill all day?
No, we don't. Well, I'm not certified, so but no, we there's a lot of the animation is a bit of a magic trick, a really slow magic trick that takes about 4 years to make a movie here. Most of it is really mundane, small tasks. One meeting you might be focusing on something really, really small, and the next meeting you might be looking at the overall arc of the story, and you have to kind of, ping pong between these very small details and these very big ideas at the same time.
One more.
Let me think. Do you have a question that you might want to ask him?
I do. Thank you for letting me do something here. So when you were her age, what did you want to do?
I think I wanted to be Buckaroo Banzai, who was both a rock star and a kind of a superhero combined. But then I also want to be a cartoonist, and I wanted to be an actor. And animation combined both acting and drawing, and I ended up here.
The next great PIXAR animator, right there. The current great PIXAR person, the co-director of Finding Dory, now playing in theaters everywhere. Angus, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're just going to chill here and go check out the cereal bar. Back to you guys. Aw, that's so funny. Because I was just telling Annabelle the same thing about you guys. You're touching, sweet, and funny. That's where it all began. That's Luxo Jr. That's the other PIXAR campus. We're roughly a football field's length away in a totally different area. You guys want to know something kind of cool? The building we're in right now at PIXAR Animation Studios in Emeryville, this is where they're developing movies, not for next year, not the year after that. On the top floor right now, they're developing a movie. The title hasn't been announced, but it's for a release date of 2021. That's what we're talking about. Annabelle's a 6th grader. We're sponsoring here today at PIXAR. Have you learned anything?
Yes, I've learned a lot about animation and a lot about art and just the career and business itself.
Yeah, smart, wicked smart, this one. Knew more about any of this stuff than any of us coming in. Quick, what's that unicorn from?
Inside Out.
All right, very good. With that said, I had a chance to sit down with the stars of this film. Ellen and Ed answered your tough viewer questions. Take a look.